In this video, you will learn how to solve problems on dimensional analysis. A square platinum sheet measures 2.5 times 10 to the negative 2 meters long and has a mass of 1.670 times 10 to the negative 3 kilograms. The density of platinum is 21.45 grams per cubic centimeters. What is the thickness of the platinum sheet in millimeters? Now we're given here some values. We're given here the length of the platinum sheet. It says here square. It's a square, so that means all of the sides are equal. Therefore, the length is just equivalent to the width, which is 2.5 times 10 to the negative 2 meters. And then we're also given here the mass, which is 1.670 times 10 to the negative 3 kilograms, and the density of platinum. So we know that density is equal to mass over volume. And volume is just equal to the length times width times height, or let's say thickness, because we are asked for the thickness here. So if this is our square platinum sheet, it has equal length and width, the sides are equal, so the thickness should be this one. Okay. So this one. Now using the formula of the density, which is equal to mass over volume, since we are already given the value of the density and the mass, we can plug in everything and then the dimensions for the volume, which are the length and the width, and we can get the value of the thickness. Now take note here that the length is in meters and the density is in centimeters, and the mass is in kilograms, whereas the density is in grams. So we need to convert the length, which is 2.5 times 10 to the negative 2 meters. We convert this to centimeters. So 1 meter has 100 centimeters. So we just multiply this by 100 centimeters per 1 meter. And then the meter unit here cancels out. So we just multiply 2.5 times 10 to the negative 2 times 100, which gives us 2.5 centimeters. And then we convert the mass, which is originally in kilograms, to grams. So 1.670 times 10 to the negative 3 kilograms. We know that 1 kilogram is equivalent to 1,000 grams. So we multiply this by 1,000 per 1 kilogram, and then the kilogram unit here cancels out. So we just multiply 1.670 times 10 to the negative 3 times 1,000. This would give us 1.67 grams. All right, so we've already converted all the units, and now we can solve for the thickness. So let's just delete this. Let me delete. So our length is 2.5 centimeters, and then our mass is 1.67 grams. All right. Then we plug in everything to the formula. So density is 21.45 grams per cubic centimeters equals mass, which is 1.67 grams, divided by the volume. So volume is length times width times height or thickness. So this is just 2.5 centimeters times 2.5 centimeters times the thickness. Alright, we multiply both sides by this one. Okay, we multiply this one by 2.5 times 2.5 times t to get rid of this one. So we'll have 2.45 grams, 21.45 grams per cubic centimeters times 2.5. What's happening here? 2.5 centimeters times 2.5 centimeters times t equals 1.67 grams. Alright, the centimeters here, centimeter squared, will be cancelled out. So we're left with grams per centimeter. And then our thickness would just be equal to 1.67 grams divided by or over, let me delete this, can move it here. Thickness is equal to 1.67 grams over 21.45 grams per centimeters times 2.5 times 2.5. Now we can solve for the thickness using the calculator. Okay, the gram unit here cancels out. So this would give us a thickness that is equal to 0.01246 centimeter. We can round this off to 0.0125 centimeter. So this is the thickness of the platinum sheet. Oh, it says here in millimeters, so we convert centimeters to millimeters. We know that 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeters. So we just multiply 0.0125 centimeters by 10 per 1 centimeter. So this would give us a value that is equal to 0.125 millimeters. So this is the thickness of the platinum sheet. Alright, let's solve another problem. The solder wands used by plumbers to fasten copper pipes together consist of 67% lead and 33% tin. What is the mass in grams of lead in 1 pound block of solder? Alright, we're given here that the solder consists of 67% lead, so 67% lead and 33% tin. And we are asked for the mass in grams of lead in 1 pound block of solder. Okay, so we're given the weight of or the mass of the block of solder, which is in pounds, and we need to get the mass of lead in grams. So we need to convert 1 pound to grams first. And we know that 1 kilogram is equivalent to 2.2 pounds. So we divide this by 2.2. Then this would give us 0.455 kilogram. and then we convert 0.455 kilogram to grams, and 1 kilogram is just equal to 1000 grams, so we multiply that by 1000. Okay, and then we get 454.55 grams. Okay, now that we have the mass of the block of solder in grams, we can now multiply this by the percentage of lead that is in the solder. So we just multiply 454.55 grams times 67%. We convert this into decimal, which is 0.67. And this would give us 304.55 grams lead, or we can write this in scientific notation as 3.04 times 10 squared grams of lead. So that is the mass of lead in grams in 1 pound block of solder.